Good day mga bata! We are going to discuss today about operations on rational numbers. So first one we have addition and subtraction. Okay, for similar rational or similar denominator. Sorry for that. Similar denominators. Okay, for example, we have, when you say similar, the denominators are equal. So we have, for example, 2/5 plus 1/5. Since the denominator are equal, then you just copy the denominator, 5, and then add directly the numerator. Okay, just add the numerator. Okay, so erase that one. Okay, so we will add the numerator. So we have plus, my gosh, plus 1. And that is 3/5. The same process with subtraction. Like for example, you have 7/8 minus 2/8. Example. So since the denominators are equal, just copy the denominator, subtract the numerator, and that is 5/8. Okay, so that is for addition and subtraction of similar denominators. Next one is, we have 4 dissimilar denominators. Okay, dissimilar meaning the denominators are not equal. Like for example, okay, we have 3/4 plus 2/3. Okay, here, if the given is like this, so we will look first for the multiples of 3 and 4. So we will get the multiples. We'll get the least common multiples, I mean. Okay, so we will get the least common multiples of 3 and 4. Multiples, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Then for 4, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. So those are the multiples. What is the least common? Pinakamaliit na common. Least. 12 and 12. Okay, here So we have here, so we need to make our denominator into 12. Okay, we need to make it 12. So what do you need here? What do you need to multiply to 4 to make it 12? So in 4, we will look for 4. So to reach 12, how many? We have 1, 2, 3. So we have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 3. The same process on the other side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have multiply this by 4 over 4. Okay, to make the denominator 12. So we have here 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, 12 already. We have 12. 2 times 4 is 8. And this is 3 times 4, already 12. So since the denominators are equal, we can just follow the rules on similar rational number. That is, copy the denominator and add the numerator. And that is now equal to 17 over 12, or 1 and 5 over 12. That is the least. Okay, reducing to lowest term, I mean. So that is now how to add or subtract dissimilar denominators, rational number with dissimilar denominators. That's it. Another way to add or subtract dissimilar denominators is to see to it the denominators are relatively prime, meaning they don't have common factors. Like 4, they don't have factor, 4 doesn't have factor of 3, right? And 3 doesn't have a factor of 2 or 4. So it means that they are relatively prime. So 3 and 4 are relatively prime, meaning they don't have common factor. If they don't have common factor, you can just easily solve this one. Just cross multiply. Okay, and that is 3 times 3. And then plus. Like that. 4 times 2 over, okay, we can make it all over. We can make it all over. Should be all over, like that. All over 4 times 3. 4 times 3. Again, if the denominators are relatively prime, meaning they don't have common factor, you can just cross multiply. But always multiply like this. Okay? And then going that way. So we have now 3 times 3 is 9 plus 8 over 12. And that is 17 over 12, or 1 and 5 over 12. We make it, or we express it in mixed number if the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Okay, so that's the easiest. That is only applicable if they are relatively prime. Next is a multiplication. Multiplication of rational numbers. Okay, for multiplication, we have the rule, like for example, if you have A over B times C over D, that is for every A, B, C, and D, we have directly multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So that's the rule in multiplication. Multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. For example, so you have 6 over 20. Reducing, so we have to get the greatest common factor. So we have here, this is 3 times 2, this is 5 times 2 times 2. Okay, so meaning this one is cancelled out, okay, because 2 divided by 2 is 1, so what is left is 3 over 10. That is now the product. Okay, that is multiplication. Another, we have like 4 over 7 times 3, 8. We can just make it like this. 4, we will write first times 3 over 7 times 8. But we will rewrite it first. But 8 can be written as, can be factored as 4 times 2. Right? That is 8. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. Therefore, you have 3 over 14. That's the product. Okay. Next, we have for division. The rules for division, that is for A over B, B divided by C over D, you have to get or rewrite the first or the numerator, proceed to multiplication, get the reciprocal of the denominator, that is D over C. So always get the reciprocal of the denominator. Reciprocal. Okay, then that division becomes multiplication. So since this is already multiplication, we will apply the rule on multiplication, that is numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Let's have an example. Okay, 2/3 divided by 1/4, for example. Okay, our numerator is 2/3. Our denominator is 1/4. So we will rewrite first the numerator. That division becomes multiplication. Get the reciprocal of 1/4, that is 4 over 1. Therefore, proceed to multiplication, numerator to numerator, that is 2 times 4 over 3 times 1, and that is 8 over 3. Or reducing that one, since the numerator is greater than the denominator, you have to express that in mixed number, and that is 2 and 2/3. Okay, so that's it. Another example, we have Like for example, 4 over 5 divided by 3, 7, for example. Rewrite the numerator, 4 over 5, proceed to multiplication, reciprocal of the denominator, that is 7 over 3, and that is 4 times 7 is 28 over 15. Therefore, reducing, we have 1 and 13 over 15. We write it in mixed number because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. That's why we need to write it in mixed number. But if it is not, therefore, just like this. We'll try this one. 1/2 divided by 1/4. So this will become, rewrite again 1/2, proceed to multiplication, then that is 4 over 1. So 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2, therefore your answer is 2. So that is now dividing rational numbers. Okay. Okay, what if the given is a mixed number and a rational number? So if the given is a mixed number, you have to rewrite that into improper fraction, and that is 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7 over 4. Then 1/2. Okay. And get the least common multiples of 4 and 2. So we have 4, 8, 12, and so on. Then here we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So the least is 4. Pinakamaliit. Okay, the least is 4. So since this is already 4, we will not make it anymore, or we will not multiply another number there. So we will just look into this one. Since the denominator is 2, we will make it into 4. So how will you make it into 4? So you have to multiply it by 2. You just count 1, 2. So therefore, we have now rewrite the 7 over 4 here. Then 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. So the reason why we get this one, so that we will make the denominator, okay, our least common multiple is our least common denominator. So since the denominator are equal, so you can now combine the numerator or add the numerator, and that is 9 over 4. Or since the numerator is bigger than the denominator, we can write it in mixed number, that is 2 and 1/4. So that is 2 and 1/4. Okay, what if the given is a whole number plus, for example, a rational number? For addition, you can just easily add whole number and the rational number. Therefore, the answer is 4 and 2/3. But for subtraction, for example, you have 4 minus 2/3. Okay, you cannot just subtract directly 4 minus 2 unless we will make the denominators first the same. So we will write it in this way. Okay, I will rewrite this first. Okay, so we have 4 minus 2/3. So since it is a whole number, understood that there is 1. So for us to combine or for us to subtract the numerator, we need to have the same denominator. So what we need is since we have 3 here, we need also to make it 3. So what will you do is just multiply this, both numerator and denominator, by 3 to make the denominators the same. So we have 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3 minus 2 thirds. So since the denominator are already the same, you can just combine 12 minus 2, that is 12 minus 2 over 3. And then you have 12 minus 2 is 10 over 3, or dividing 10 by 3, that is 3 and 1/3. That's it. That is for subtraction. In addition, it's just okay. You will just write it in this way. Copy the whole number and the rational number, and that's it. That's the answer. While in subtraction, you cannot do that. Okay? The same with multiplication and division. Division, still the same. That is 7 over 4 divided by 1/2. But in division, you have to write the numerator. Okay, applying the rules. That division becomes multiplication. Get the reciprocal of the denominator, that is 2 over 1. And that is now, okay, 14 over 4. But the factors of 14 are 7 times 2, and we have 2 times 2. This is 1, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Therefore, we have now 7 over 2, or 3 and 1/2. That is in mixed number because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So that's it, mga bata. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.